We're going to check right back in now to our top story out of Gaza, where officials there say more than 30 Palestinians were killed and close to 200 hurt near a food distribution site in Gaza. Witnesses saying Israeli soldiers fired on people who were trying to collect desperately needed aid. The Israeli army refuting that claim. We're going to talk about that now with Rachael Cummings, who joins me live from Gaza. Rachael, you're the Humanitarian Director for the NGO Save the Children. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. Save the Children released a statement saying that it was confirming that the Gaza aid site run by this new U.S.-backed organization was being shot at all sides. I mean, tell us a bit more about what your people on the ground have seen and heard.
The situation in Gaza is absolutely desperate, and we've seen the shocking images coming out from the distribution points that have been established by the Gaza Humanitarian Foundation. I mean, bottom line is they are dangerous for civilians to reach and to receive food. But of course, overlaying that is the desperation of people in Gaza for food. There just basically isn't enough food in Gaza for people, so they're having to take to extreme measures to receive food in an unsafe and undignified way.
Rachael, Save the Children in the statement called this a shocking disregard of international humanitarian law. I mean, I know this isn't perhaps your area of expertise, but what concretely needs to be done to make these kind of things stop?
Well, Save the Children, along with the UN, along with humanitarian partners in Gaza, we know how to do safe and dignified distributions. We've been doing this for many months since the start of the war. We know how to do distributions. We know how to have relationships with communities so that we have community acceptance, so that scenes like this do not unfold. We need to be able to do our jobs in Gaza. We need humanitarian supplies to enter. We need access to communities and populations. We know how to do this safely and with dignity.
And obviously, Save the Children works as a priority with children who obviously have specific needs. Where do you see children suffering the most in Gaza, and what can be done to help them?
A child's life is damaged, significantly impacted by the 20 months of constant bombardment, bombs dropping within civilian shelters, civilian infrastructure, many evacuation and displacement notices being provided, children on the run, children lost to their families, learning opportunities have been taken away, no formal education for the last 20 months. It's extraordinary what's been happening during this war.
Rachael, how are you and your teams surviving every day, day to day in Gaza, seeing what you're seeing every day?
Very difficult. Our teams are out providing services, health services, nutrition services, child protection, education, whatever we can, we are doing, and we're trying to do as much as we can. But it's very challenging. Trying to provide security for our teams to move around Gaza is becoming more and more difficult by the day. You know, every day I say it cannot get worse for children in Gaza, and yet every day it does get worse for children in Gaza.
Rachael, just very briefly, what can people do if they want to help?
We need in Gaza is a definitive ceasefire. We need the war to end. We need the bombs to stop dropping on children. So whatever people can do, lobbying, advocating for that change is very important. And of course, we need funding. Other agencies need funding and supplies to come into Gaza. So this is the role that the whole global community can play to support children in Gaza.
Rachael, thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. Rachael Cummings, the Humanitarian Director for Save the Children, speaking to me live there from Gaza. You are watching France 24. Stay with us. I'll be back in just a few minutes with more.